Hey guys, this is Page from Beebom.com and this is it. The Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G, arguably the most powerful Android smartphone right now. Yes, the S21 Ultra is good and it's probably the best Android flagship right now. So let's get into detail. This is a Galaxy S21 Ultra review. Okay, so I'm not going to go into all the specs and design details because everyone knows that already. I'm going to share my experience of the S21 Ultra's cameras, the Exynos 2100's performance, the battery, everything. So yeah, the Galaxy S21 Ultra is a big phone and that's something you will notice even after a few days. But this is a phone that's very well made. I've been using this without a case and very roughly, if I'm being honest, throwing it around in my car, on my bed, everywhere, and there are no scratches at all. Not on the front, not on the back. Oh, and the matte back looks awesome even after a week. No fingerprints, no dirt, nothing. Although yes, the aluminium frame does attract some smudges. Now another important thing here is that the fingerprint scanner is larger now compared to the S20 and it's faster and more consistent. It also works when you have oily fingers or when there's water on the screen, so this is a big improvement in my opinion. Now design apart, the display here is without a doubt the best I have ever used so far. I mean, Samsung flagships always have great AMOLED panels, but this one's just brilliant. So this is the new LTPO OLED display tech that supports 1500 nits of max brightness as well as 10 Hz to 120 Hz adaptive refresh rate. And well, this display is amazing. I mean, I was also using the iPhone 12 Pro with the Galaxy S21 Ultra to compare the cameras of both these phones. And while using them, I did feel that the Galaxy S21 Ultra display was even better than the one on the iPhone 12 Pro. It's that good. See, the display is very bright, crisp, the color tuning is great, and since HDR10 Plus is supported, compatible shows on apps like Netflix look fabulous on this display, especially with the stereo speakers sounding great. Now, I did not have the S20 Ultra to compare the speakers with, but I did feel that the S21 Ultra speakers were more richer when compared to, say, the Note 20 Ultra's very good speakers. Anyway, coming back to the display, I like that WQHD Plus finally works with 120 Hz, and I've been using the phone on that display setting and the battery performance does not take a hit, so no problems here. Another thing, the S21 Ultra's display supports the S Pen and you can use any of the older S Pens with this display. Now I have tried out the S Pen on the S21 Ultra and most of the features work out fine, but the Bluetooth functionality like the air gestures don't work. You need the upcoming S Pen Pro for that. But yeah, most of the note taking, the writing features work fine. So as you can see, Air Command is available with the S Pen, so you get the list of actions and features. You can use Screen Off Memo to jot down notes on the lock screen. There's Smart Select to take manually cropped screenshots. You can use it with the very handy Notes app, and you can even draw things in Pen Up, so most of the S Pen features are here. However, you have to get an S Pen case to use an S Pen with the S21 Ultra because there's no way to pouch it. Now I know the big deal about the S21 Ultra is the new Exynos 2100 chipset. I think the cameras are a big deal too, but first I want to talk about Exynos because that's what people want to know about. So I showed you Exynos 2100 benchmark scores against the Snapdragon 888's official scores, but I still don't have a Snapdragon 888 device to compare, so you'll have to wait for that comparison. Now, comparison apart, when it comes to the Exynos 2100's performance so far, I have found it to be very good. I mean, it's a big improvement over Exynos 990 as you can see in the benchmarks here, but real world performance is better too. App launching and loading is faster, app switching is a lot smoother, and games run very smoothly on the phone. Anyway, one thing a lot of you guys wanted to know is if the Galaxy S21 Ultra overheats while gaming for a long duration. Well, I did check that. So I was playing COD Mobile for long durations on this phone and it did get warm. And I checked the temperature and it was around 38, 39 after an hour and a half, which isn't overheating or hot. I think that's fine really. Overall, the Galaxy S21 Ultra has been a fast and smooth phone and it feels like a flagship if you ask me about the performance. Now coming to the other big highlight of the S21 Ultra, you already know the specs, the new 108 megapixel sensor, 2 telephoto lenses and an ultra wide angle camera. So I've been taking a lot of photos from the S21 Ultra and I've uploaded them in a drive folder below if you want to take a look at them at full resolution. But let me give you a bottom line straight away. This is by far the most complete camera system right now. Photos from the main camera are remarkable and honestly they have surpassed my expectations. As you can see in these shots, the HM3 camera sensor captures a lot of detail, the dynamic range is excellent, and there's no oversaturation or anything. These photos have the right color tone. The camera is great in low light too. There's auto night mode and that helps in taking photos that are brighter and sharper. Now apart from that, I also took some 108 megapixel photos from the phone, and the really cool thing about these photos is that 108 megapixel allows you to crop photos within photos without losing any significant detail. Here's an example of that, and as you can see, the cropped in shot looks detailed and nice. So the camera is definitely good, but I wanted to get a better idea and I took a few comparison shots with the iPhone 12 Pro, and I liked that the S21 Ultra actually does very well against the iPhone. As you can see in this comparison, the S21 Ultra photo is definitely the nicer looking. In fact, some of the S21 Ultra shots are just more sharper and detailed. Now, it's not all S21. Sometimes I like the iPhone 12 Pro photos because sometimes the S21 Ultra shots are a bit over-processed, but I think both of these flagship cameras take some incredible shots, and that's what matters really. Anyway, as for the other cameras, the ultra-wide camera is good. It matches the color tone of the main camera while also bringing very good dynamic range, although yes, the details could have been better. Anyway, I did like that the ultra-wide sensor does well in low light too, I think thanks to the auto night mode. Moving on, the telephoto cameras on the Galaxy S21 Ultra are incredibly useful. One can do 3x optical zoom while the other can do 10x optical zoom. To be honest, both 3x zoom shots like this one and 10x zoom shots like this one look fantastic. I mean, at 10x it's not as clear as the 3x shot, but it's very good for a 10x zoom shot. Now 100x space zoom is still present and it's easy to capture with zoom lock, but I only use the telephoto lenses to take a maximum of 30x shots, and I think the results are very good. Now moving on to video quality, there's still 8K 24fps support, and you can still take out high-res photos from an 8K video with the video snap feature. It's super interesting. I mean, you can even take video snaps after shooting a video. So here's an 8K video I shot from the phone, and I can just use this button to capture a photo from the video, which by the way, as you can see, has great quality. Apart from 8K, what really excited me about the Galaxy S21 Ultra is that you can shoot 4K 60fps videos from all 5 cameras here, including the front camera. Plus, you can shoot videos from multiple cameras using the director's view, and here's a very simple video I shot using director's view. Check it out. I'm shooting from the director's view on the S21 Ultra, and right now the selfie camera as well as the main camera on the back is in action, as you can see, but I can seamlessly switch to the ultra wide angle lens like this. Yeah, it's very seamless. I like that. And I can also switch to the telephoto lens like this. And by the way, that's George, the product manager of Beebom. So yeah, director's view is pretty cool. So that was good, right? Especially the smooth switching between the different lenses, and that is what makes director's view incredibly useful, because you can see these thumbnails so you know what you'll be shooting from, say the ultra wide angle lens or the telephoto lens beforehand. Anyway, when it comes to selfie camera, I think the 40 megapixel sensor does a great job with selfies. Almost every selfie I took, they all looked very good color wise, detail wise, and even exposure wise. Plus 4K video quality of the front camera is really good. As you can see, the exposure, the details, everything's pretty good. And yeah, overall, I like the front camera's photo quality as well as the video quality. Now, fantastic cameras apart, the S21 Ultra's battery performance is something I found decent. The phone almost always lasted me for a day and a little more, and I almost always got a screen on time of 4.5 hours. I mean, here are 3 screenshots of my battery usage, and one is with the display set to WQHD Plus and 120Hz. The second one is with FHD Plus and 120Hz, and the third one is 60Hz and FHD Plus. And as you can see, the difference isn't massive at all. As for the charging speed, you probably know that there's no charger in the box of the Galaxy S21 Ultra, but if you have Samsung's 25-watt USB-C PD charger, you can charge the phone from 0 to 100% in around 68 minutes, which is pretty good. So all that is good, and I did not mention One UI, but let me tell you that One UI 3.1 on the S21 Ultra is very consistent, and I did not come across any weird bugs or anything. Lastly, a lot of you guys have asked us questions on the Galaxy S21 Ultra on Twitter, so let me just answer the questions that I haven't already answered. Okay, so how many 5G bands does the S21 Ultra support? With the Galaxy S21 Ultra, Exynos variant has support for these sub 6 GHz and MIMO 5G bands. Are the top and bottom bezels uniform? No, they are not. The bottom bezel is slightly thicker, but it's a very small difference. Does the Galaxy S21 Ultra have a balanced stereo sound? Well, the bottom speaker seems slightly louder than the one in the earpiece, but I think it's a very small difference, so I'd say it's fairly balanced. How's the battery life and the idle battery drain on the new Exynos chip? See, the battery performance is something I've already talked about. As for the idle drain, I noted down the battery drain over 9 and it was 3%, which I think is fine. Overall, if I have to be honest with you, the Galaxy S21 Ultra is a flagship phone that I've thoroughly enjoyed using. And I think it's for people who want the best of everything in the Android world. Design premium and classy, display the best I've ever seen on a phone, high-end camera quality, and flagship grade performance. See, the Galaxy S21 Ultra is a phone that's definitely one of Samsung's greatest flagship phones ever. And to sum things up in a sentence, the Galaxy S21 Ultra is a refined, finished product that I personally think does justice to the whole Ultra branding. But that's what I think. I'd love to know your thoughts on the Galaxy S21 Ultra. And yeah, if you have any more questions on the phone, just make sure to comment below and I'll be answering them for the first hour once the video goes live. So comment below. Also, give this video a like if you enjoyed it, make sure to share it and subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. Well, that's me signing off. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.